Alrighty guys, how's it going today? So this is another CB update, which I know you guys are probably getting really sick of hearing these, but I've been doing some research and I've been talking to another guy too, and well, I had asked him about I had looked up some base station antennas, because there's no way in hell that I'm doing the 18 footer. That's just not going to happen. So I looked trying to find whatever I could. So I tried Googling it and stuff. I was just kind of Googling whatever I kind of wanted. It's got water in it. Stuff hasn't moved in probably about a week. Because of the stuff hasn't felt like moving it, and every time I do freaking move it, then it rains. So actually what I should do is maybe go put this on the clothesline. Hear that, mother? I'm going to take your clothesline. I need to wash this damn tarp too and put it away. Put it back on the John Deere is what I should do. Here comes the old timer on the bike. So I managed to find a 3-foot or a 2-foot, whatever, base station antenna, which I thought looked pretty good actually. So I was going to order one either on eBay or Amazon or whatever. There's more on Amazon than there is on eBay. And there goes another truck. I probably should have flipped that around, because I think it's better that way, I think, for now. That's all that's left for leaves, by the way, too. Right there. That's all that's left. The rest of all the ones that were here last night, or yesterday, I chopped them up and got rid of them because they were talking rain the next day, and obviously it fucking rained yesterday. So I'll just wet again today. I need to get another load of dirt. I should have got a load of dirt for that. But yeah, so but I was talking to this guy, and he says that antenna that he has does okay. So he was saying that because I told him what I was running for a setup, and he says that my 102 inch whip, whatever, would outperform his, depending on locations and how high you put it and shit like that. I think mine would probably get out there good enough, I think, for what I'd need it for. But I told him what I was having for problems on mine, and I told him that my SWR readings keep changing all the time with the weather conditions and shit. And he was saying that what's most likely happening is that the coax LP or PL 259 connector or whatever is getting wet, and it's taking in moisture and it shouldn't be. So he says that if they get wet, he says that it'll start, your radio will start going wacky and shit, because there was quite a few days that we didn't get any rain and it was dry out, and I was getting my weather channel, even my weather channels, and it seemed like it was fine. The SWR readings were set, and it was basically a perfect setup. But then after that rain we had gotten, they had got screwed up, and then they weren't accurate again. So I went and retuned them again. But the thing is to see is they shouldn't be changing all the time. That's the thing, right? So he says it's most likely that the connector is getting wet. He says I need to waterproof it with whatever I can get. So he says there's two ways you can do it. You can get some waterproof tape and tape it up there, or he was saying of getting some kind of a vinyl stuff and sticking that on there, and something else, and then another layer of that, whatever, to make it like a waterproof connection. I think I'm just going to get some waterproof tape or whatever, and just put it on there really tight. And then he was saying that for ground planes, he says that you would probably need something, because he says, because I told him that I have that 18 gauge or that 14 gauge grounding wire hooked up too, and he says, well, that's probably not going to help it much. He says it's not going to do a lot for you. So it probably helps a tiny bit, but if it helps, it doesn't help a lot. So ground planes is what I need to get this to work. And then he was saying something about mounting the ground planes to the coax's braided wire or whatever. Apparently that's supposed to help ground it or make a grounding plane for it. Well, that would be, I don't really want to do that, because I would have to cut the wire open to even get to to that braided shit, and then you'd have to seal it up so the water can't get in it and whatever. Well, that's not what I had in mind, but I mean, I don't know if my way would work either. I told him that I thought I would just get some threaded rod, drill some holes through the tripod's pipe, and then just extend them out like however many feet. He gave me a thing that I can use to test like you can do your calculations on it, and it'll tell you how many feet you need of ground planes or whatever. And he says all you gotta do is you gotta punch in your frequency numbers, and then it'll tell you. And apparently to me, it says that I need 8-foot pieces of however long of grounding plane, wire, or in my case, threaded rod. Well, 8 feet is kind of a lot. That's the same size as my whip. So I mean, if that's what it needs, that's what it's gonna get. But I was thinking maybe more like maybe some 4-foot pieces, or even smaller than that. So I don't know. It's an interesting deal, because he said that there's no reason why my setup can't work. He says that if I had even a metal shed or a metal roof, he says that would be perfect then, because then it would use your whole entire roof as a ground plane. So, but he says if you don't have that option, which I don't, he says then you would have to make those extensions, those grounding planes or whatever, and that would that would help. But 8-foot pieces I think are kind of long, and I can't even get them that long unless I get the threaded rod kind, and I add pieces onto it, make it 8 feet long. But even 8 feet long, that's going to be kind of long. So, but I kind of looked it up on YouTube too, and depending on things, you can most likely get away with just one ground plane. The more you have, I think a little bit better it'll do. But in most cases, you can get away with just 1 or 2. So if I just need the one, I could actually just put that. I'll show you. Maybe I can show you here a little bit. I could just go this way with it, like towards the dish, or more towards the garage or whatever, instead of going that way. Because if I went that way, I'd be over the roof. And I can't go that way anyway, because I got my weather radio antenna there. So I have to go either east. I can only go east, north and south. I can't go west because my weather radio is that way. Unless I went kind of around it, but then that might mess that up too. So best bet is just to kind of stay away from that direction. Just, I only got 3 directions that I can go with. So, but he hasn't written back yet on what he thinks of that idea. Because the only thing I can think of doing is maybe, see, right now I have the antenna at the highest point of that pipe. So it's right, there's not even like an inch of pipe between that and then the mount. I don't even know how good my mount is doing because he doesn't even know what kind of mount I'm using. Well, the thing is I could slide that down, even probably just an inch, and then if I can put my ground planes on that, right above that, or maybe even below it, I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. So, but yeah, even he was saying too that there's no reason why it shouldn't work. You just have to make sure you have certain things in play to make it work. And right now, a bigger power supply would be a start. So I got a bigger one coming, but it didn't make it here today. They said anywhere from the 1st to the 7th. So most likely it'll be around the 7th. So, but I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go to the hardware and I'm going to pick up. I'm gonna see if he's got some waterproof taping stuff or whatever he suggests. I'll tell him what I'm going to use it for, and maybe he'll know then. But I'm going to get some of that. I'm going to get some threaded rod, probably the small stuff I can find, because I don't think you really need big ass half-inch shit. Tinier probably the better, because at least the tinier it is, the more you can go out with it too, because then it's not so well. It wouldn't bend, I don't think. So I don't want to get bigger either, because then it'd be okay, I guess, but I don't know. I kind of have to look at them, see what I think. You don't want to go too tiny, because if a bird were to land on it, you don't want them to bend, even though they shouldn't bend. But weirder things have happened, so kind of have to be smart about it on somewhat. So I'm going to get some tape. I'm going to get some threaded rod, and then I'm also going to get some gelling stuff for the diesel fuel for the tractor, so I don't gel up the diesel fuel. Because even though I won't be using it in the wintertime, right now anyway, I am going to start it at least once a month and, drive it around a little bit, get it moving again. Because they recommend that if you're going to store the damn thing over the winter months, they recommend to jack it up, get the weight off the wheels, and put it in a building. They recommend these things to do. Well, none of that's going to happen. So the only thing that can happen is just put stuff in the diesel fuel so it can't gel, and be done with it. And how do I know this? Well, I got, like I said, I think I might have told you guys this. I had ordered a couple of books for the tractor. One is an operator's manual, and the other one's just a part book. I forget which one said that, but it said to what to do if you're going to park these things for the winter months or the summer, whatever, depending on what you're using it for. If you don't need it for a year or something or longer, that's what they recommend to do then. So, but unfortunately, I don't have a shop big enough for the tractor. I don't have a tarp big enough for the tractor, so I don't really like the fact that it's going to be sitting out with nothing on it, but what are you going to do? Tarps are not cheap, and geez, you would need a huge fucking tarp, just to cover that thing good enough so you can protect it. So I don't think I'm going to have that kind of money. So, but yeah, so that's the game plan right now. Is I'm going to get the CB1010 to work. Because there's just no way I'm swapping them out. I shouldn't have to. I mean, if you want maximum performance out of your radio and shit like that, you'd want to go with a base station antenna, especially if you wanted to go way out. If you're a business, I'm not a business. I'm using this for, family use and emergency use. So range is not really an issue. As long as it goes out, at least a mile, I'm good with it. Because if I go out of town and I'm 10 miles away, forget it. No matter, you could go with the 102-inch whip on your car, you're not going that far out. You're only going to go what the antenna allows you to go. Well, with this 102-inch, it's supposed to be going out 10 miles if it's perfectly tuned. And it was perfectly tuned, but again, with the power being so weak that it is right now, that's probably one of the issues. And then two, not having a good ground plane, it's not going to perform. Maybe that's why I'm not even picking up traffic. But if I don't pick up traffic on it, whatever. As long as if I go to the end of town and my mom can hear me or whatever, I'm good with it. So, but it is going to get a bigger power supply. I got one coming for it. I got a 10 amp. So it should be more than enough. It's going to have to be more than enough, even though I'm not going to crank it up to the full 10 amps. I think I may just crank it up to 7 amps for now. Because, that's what Buzzsaw recommended. Anything over 7 amps would be more than enough for it. So I got a 10 amp, but I'm going to back it down to 7 amps for now until I decide to put an external speaker on it. Then maybe I'll crank it up. So, and I think I do have an update video coming up tonight. Well, there's going to be another one though, So, just a little bit of a mystery to get the shit to work. So, but I want to test the radio in a way today, but in a way I don't want to either because I know it may perform to my liking, but I don't really want to hurt the radio any more than I have to, even though I've done quite a bit of tunage with it, messed with it quite a bit, the last few days. So I got to hear back from this other guy and tell me, he can tell me what he thinks of how the ground plane should work. He already told me that to go into the coaxes, to the braided shit and then ground it there. That's not really what I want to do because then you got water going into your fucking coax. Then you'd have to waterproof that. And that's not what I want to do, really. So, but I mean, if that's the way I gotta do it, I gotta do it then. But I don't really like the idea of it, but, everyone's got their different opinions on shit, too. And I think you just kind of, really, you just have to figure out what works for yourself. You could sit there and you could talk to thousands and thousands of YouTubers and people on the internet. Every one of them will always say something different. So you just basically have to either try one of their ideas or make up your own ideas and see. And if it works, I guess spread it around. Let people know that hey, this idea works too. So, but. Yeah, so on that little 3-foot antenna that he had, it's a fiberglass antenna, and that was fairly cheap. That was even cheaper than my 102-inch. It was only like $30, but I was gonna buy it and give that a shot because it is a base station antenna. It's just a really short one. And he gets good range, but he says he's got his on a 20-foot pole. Well, I think mine would be a little bit less than that. I don't know how high, from the ground to the peak of my house would be. But whatever it is, add another 3 feet on top of that. 3.5 feet on top of that, and there you go. That I mean, it's off the ground quite a ways, so. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. But what are you gonna do? So, but yeah. So, didn't hear anything back from the tractor guy yet. I think today is Tuesday, ain't it? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So he's had the tractor now for 2 days more. So, well, it would have been a little. It would have been 2 weeks last week. Last Friday or whatever. So, I hope he doesn't have to keep it any more than he has to, because it's stupid. I mean, I would like to know where the hell they ordered that rim from, you know, for him to take this long to get here. You know, he didn't have to order the damn thing from China. I'm sure there's fucking people around here that sell them, you know. Stupid. So, but I don't have a use for it anyway right now, and I don't even know if we're going to even get the chisel plow this year. I don't know, it's been kind of a wet. October's been kind of wet. And you want to know something, guys? It's, what the hell is today? Well, it's Tuesday, but what is the date? It's November 1st. And they're saying all this week we are supposed to be in the 40s and warmer than that. So anywhere from 40s to, well, there's only going to be a couple days that we're going to be in the 60s. So anywhere around in that range is where we're going to be for the rest of this week. Which honestly is not too fucking bad for November. Hell, it was, I think last year, I don't even know if it was snowing around this time last year. I think it was, but it wasn't too bad. But hell, it was cold out. And, you know, it's really not that cold. Not even today. So, that's okay with me. I don't have a problem with it being warmer than normal. You know, people say that, you know, a lot of people say it's global warming. Well, if this is global warming, I'll take it. I ain't gonna bitch and complain about it because I like it. The warmer it is, the better I like it. You know, and it's easier on my equipment too. And if it stays this warm out, it'll just rain. It's not gonna snow because it's too warm. It has to be below 30 degrees or whatever, you know, for it to turn into snow. So freaking right, no snow. But it needs to quit raining, that's the thing. It rained there all day, and then it kind of let up, and then it started raining. Towards the night a little bit, so let's see, UPS is going away. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it. I ain't gonna complain about it one bit. But the rain needs to quit because the rain should, you know, stuff is just too wet, you know. And yesterday was the only, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. It was either that fucking day I chopped leaves. They were talking rain the next day, and figured, well, I'll chop leaves, and then it was an all or nothing. Do it now or never. I flattened out my dirt by the air conditioner there. I did that with the John Deere. Figured, well, it's either now or never. Because the way it keeps raining over here, the dirt never really gets a chance to really dry. So, figured, well, it's either now or never. So I just did it, and it'll just have to stay like that, I guess. I mean, it'll settle with the weight of the snow and stuff on it. It'll settle anyway. And then I'll probably just be doing more of it anyway. I ain't done there yet. I'm nowhere near done. So, but it rains so much that I can't keep hauling dirt. It's too wet now to be constantly hauling dirt and moving dirt. It's too wet, so I quit. I'm done for the year. Unless we get a full week of 60-degree weather, slight breeze, full sun, I'm done. Unless we get that kind of weather. Well, I mean, there's going to be a couple days where we're going to be possibly in the 60s and sunny. That's still not enough time for drying. You know, it would need a full week of drying time. for me to get back into hauling dirt again. So, but shit, that's the way it's gonna have to be. So, but yeah, and I think probably in a couple of months, I don't know, maybe even in spring, I think I'm gonna maybe take the tractor back, and I'm gonna have them maybe do the headliner in it too. I was thinking about maybe doing it next month, but hell, the tractor's already been there a month. So, damn near a month. I think I'm just gonna, call it quits for now. It's already getting so much work done to it already. So I figured either come spring or maybe even sometime during the winter time, if I feel like it, the tractor can go back and it can have a new headliner put in it. That's all it needs is a headliner. Everything else is good. Why they said that the interior was shot, because it's not 100% shot. The headliner, that's above you. That's what's shot. That's beyond use anymore. So I think that's the only one that needs to get replaced. I think the rest of it's fine. So then after that, I think then after that, then you got to figure out what the hell's wrong with the fan, because the fan don't work very well. It just makes a weird noise, but it doesn't blow any air. So I figure it's got a blower issue. So it probably either needs to get fixed, or it needs a whole new some bitch. So tractor will need some work, and luckily it's just kind of minor shit, it's nothing major. So the only thing that I would consider a little bit more major is the fact that my left brake don't work, and that I don't know what would cost to get that fixed. I mean, they would have to probably tear into the ass end of that tractor so much. I don't know if they might even have to pull the cab off. I don't know. I don't know if they're willing to do all that kind of work. They might have to end up sending it somewhere else to a bigger dealer or something. So, I don't know. But do all the small stuff now, and then do the headliner, and then later on, and then do the brake even maybe further later on, and then do the air conditioner thing later on, or the blower thing. So, but yeah, the tractor's still there. He's saying that it should be here sometime this week. He says it might even be done before I even get paid. So we shall probably end up going in there on payday and write him out a big old fat damn check. But whatever. It's better than having a piece of crap that barely runs, right? Even though I didn't get the loader, I may just buy a new one. And he said that too, that loader that he's got there right now, he's going to put it back on the market, even though I don't think he ever took it off the damn market to begin with. So, because if he was serious about that, he would have taken it off the websites. And I did find on a couple of websites of that tractor that's holding my loader. He's got that tractor and that loader marked on that one website. And I've watched it from the day that I said that I was going to buy the loader from him until the day that the rim blew out, which has been quite a while. He never took the loader price off. He never lowered the price of the loader. Or the price of the tractor. Damn spiders. He never took the loader thing off. I mean, they don't do that until they know for sure is that you're going to buy it, and you're right there and you're already ready to install it. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, I don't know if anyone's even going to buy the fucking loader, because you can tell it's been sitting there a while already. I mean, when you got a bird nest in your motor, yeah, you haven't moved it in quite a while. So, yeah, I don't know how the hell they plan on starting that tractor up and moving it, to get the loader off. I suppose they would pull the nest out then, but got to make sure there's no birds in it. Or it's going to be a bad day for those birds. But, that's their problem, I guess. But, yeah, so hopefully the tractor will be coming home pretty quick, so we can, get this over with and done with for the year, And of course, now it's going to start clouding over again. Just when the sun was out. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But yeah, so I'm gonna try. Like I said, for the radios, I'm gonna try a different thingy, and still waiting on the bigger power supply to come and all this other shit. I still got my terminal ring kit coming. I ordered a set of those. That was like 13 bucks. Ordered that quite a while ago too, and they're shipping so goddamn slow. Unreal. And I think that's basically it. I think that's all I got coming from eBay. So, what are you gonna do? And yeah, I think I still not 100% sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm still debating on for a snowblower, really, because I'm gonna be saving up the money for a little while. But the thing is, I don't really want to plow snow anymore with Big Red. So the longer the snow stays away, the happier I'll be. It's already November and there isn't even not even half an inch of snow on the ground yet. It's still raining here, so I'll take that over snow. So, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get that 45-inch walk behind blower, or maybe I'll just shove one on the John Deere. Get a front end blower. I think the one on the John Deere one's bigger. Even the 47-inch one, that's the smallest one they make for that size of tractor. It's still bigger than the 45-inch, but I'm getting a 54-inch. So that I think will take a bigger chunk of snow out and they'll toss it pretty far. So it'll probably be a little bit too much for it. But you know, I don't use a tractor in the wintertime, the John Deere, so wouldn't mind testing it out in the snow. But I'm thinking I might try to maybe get some wheel weights for it. I gotta figure out what kind of tires I have. I know they're turf tires, but I gotta figure that one out and see what I'm gonna probably get the wheel weights and the mounting hardware for that first, because that'll be the cheapest thing to do. And then after that, maybe I'll try to invest in the lifter duty, the hydraulic lift. That's the most expensive part, but the next cheapest part would be the drive shaft. So I gotta order that, and then the biggest thing of all will be the snowblower. So the snowblower will have to be last, but as long as I think I could get all the bits and pieces for it, you know, I'd have a pretty good solid tractor. Then I wouldn't have, you know. So I'd have pretty much everything ready to rock and roll, and just put the blower on and give her. So it'll be probably a lot nicer than a 4-wheeler. What are you gonna do, right? And then yeah. So because I figured for the bills that I got left over, I don't know if it would be worth to take out a bank loan. I could still do it. It would help because then I could buy the whole entire son of a bitch for the John Deere, the whole snowblower setup. But what I found out is that for my bills that I owe, I basically have about a year left, and then I'm done. So at that point, would it be worth it to even take out a bank loan to help pay to pay that off? I would like to do it that way because then I can get the whole entire snowblower kit too for the John Deere and be done with it. You know. So that's the only good thing about it, is that, you know, just to have that done. You know, and then for the big tractor, well, if I get a loader for it later on, I'll probably be I may get a big snowblower for that too, but that's not going to really be used over here much because, you know, there's just no room for that monster thing. It'd be okay maybe at the end of the driveway where the snowplow always buries me in. It'd be fine there, but for doing the yard or whatever back here, it'll be too big. So I'll probably end up just keeping the John Deere doing that here, and then at the farm the big tractor can do it there then. So But that's still years away from that. I gotta find a freaking top link. I think from what my friend says, he thinks that it's most likely got a Category 3 hitch on it. From what the book says, my kind of tractor can have a Category 2 or a Category 3. So, how to tell what it actually is, I don't know. Unless there's some kind of a part number on there, there probably is. And then maybe I can look through that and then look in the book and it'll tell me what category I got. Unless it says right there on the hitch, but I don't know if it did or not. I didn't really pay attention to it. But I need to find a top link anyway for it, so, you know, it won't be too bad then, I guess. But like I said, boys, the tractor's going to need work, and it's going to be a slow process. I may do it over the winter months. I might even buy maybe in a couple of months or even maybe 3 months, I'm going to buy the CB kit for the big tractor. Buy everything that I think I need. I know that for the antenna, I'm probably going to be going with a Wilson 1000 or a little Will or little whatever the fuck they call it, or whatever the hell they have. And the radio, it'll probably be a Cobra 29. Either the big one or the compact version, it doesn't really matter. And then for that, I may have to get the external speaker, depending on where I mount that. And then I'm going to need, you know, extra power wire. Because there isn't going to be enough there, I don't think. There might be, but I don't know. So, that's another project I got to do too, which I'm not going to worry about the tractor, because I'm not going to be in the tractor anyway. All winter, really. So, that'll be later on. So, what are you going to do, right? One thing at a time, boys. One thing at a time. I mean, it's so warm out that the spiders are even still kicking. It's just the baby spiders. I had one that was crawling on my hat already. I don't know if you guys saw that. I think he come off the door. There's another one on the door here. Kind of swinging around. And there was another one on here somewhere, but he crawled back up, I guess. That's really the only bugs that are still out is the damn spiders. Everyone's already going to hibernate mode. So, and they put another sign down there. This time going to that roadway over there, so I don't know. They probably don't want trucks there or something, I guess. I don't know. But look at the clouds. It looks like it wants to rain or snow or something. No. Hopefully it's just rain, even though we don't need any more. But I think you got a flat tire, bud. Did you see that? That black truck? You probably didn't even fucking see that. God damn it. It literally looked like he was riding that tire on the rim. Because all the other rims are off the ground, except that one. Do you not check tire pressure before you unload them? Or even load them? Or before you even leave the freaking lot, you know? That's not good on. They're going to destroy that rim so fast. Whatever, it's not my truck. If it was, I'd be bitching and complaining. But dude, did you haul my truck this way? Yeah, see, it's backing her in. I can't tell now because of the grass, but I swear I thought that tire had no air in it. It still don't look like it has air in it. Got nice rims though. Freaking nice. So yeah, anyways guys, I guess I'll probably take off. Just want to give you guys another little CB update or update 2 on stuff. And I'm just waiting for shit to show up. Waiting for the tractor to show up. He said that he would call me, I guess either the day before or the day on that they're ready to haul it home. So, because they're going to haul it back. I ain't driving it back. Screw that idea. You know, he said the other rim is fine. You know what? I think I found out how fast these tractors can go. And then if I figured it out right, since my tractor's only a 3-speed, it goes about 17 miles an hour, from what I can tell. Which isn't much faster because my friend's tractors go 20, 21 or 22, so, and, well, they're a 4-speed. So my tractor's only a 3-speed. So I wish they would have made them a 4-speed. There was no reason to make them a 3-speed, but I think because they're meant to be a hard-pulling tractor. I don't think you'd be pulling her in 4th gear. You probably wouldn't get anywhere then, but you know, still. But that's the way they did her. That's the way they built them. So can't change them, unfortunately. Because it's stupid because you can change the PTOs, but you can't train these to trannies, you know. It'd be nice to put a 4-speed in that thing. Fuck, pull one out of the next smaller size tractor. There you go. Should fit. I don't think there'd be a difference, so. But yeah, anyways, guys, I figured I'd just give you guys a little bit of an update and just tell you guys what's going on and crap. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.